Alright, this is take 2 on Game Maker Game, and I kind of just deleted halfway through the last recording. But this is a game I made with Game Maker, the free edition, and it took me about 2 weeks, about an hour a day in class and a little bit at home. The most time consuming thing would probably be the sprites and then some of the object coding. But this video I'm just going to play through my game and kind of just talk about it a little bit, and then the next video I'll go more into the code and some of the sprite making pixels that I had to make. So now I made all this by hand in a website called Piskel. Looks like this. Just kind of one sprite at a time, and it's just a basic collect all the coins in the level, and then you can move on to the next level. So here we go. Now I'm using a free recording software, running it on my Mac, so you cannot hear the in-game sounds, just my voice. So it might be kind of quiet whenever I'm not talking, but I can hear the sounds, but you cannot. So that kind of stinks, but oh well, because some of the sounds in this are actually pretty cool. So I click on the game to get into the window, and then move left and right. We have some invisible walls. If I run into the exit, it'll close the game. If I run into the play, it will ask me some questions. Hit OK, OK. And then collect the chest. Score moves up to 5. Another one, score moves up to 5. Hit a wall, and it would TP you back and minus your score by 1. So watch the score. Goes down by 1 and teleports him back to the starting position, or spawn. Now, enemies deduct 2, walls only deduct 1. And now this is the most basic level that I have. But it's still, when you're first learning, this seemed, really cool. And then you kind of learn, and you see each level, it gets a little bit progressively more advanced looking. So now, notice how I don't have one of those chests. I can't run into the door and go to the next level. So it's always checking to see if you have all the chests. And then I have that last one, you run into it, plays a little music that you can't hear, and asks you a question. Okay, move to the next level. So if I start getting stuck and dying a little bit, I'll just pause the recording and resume it. Well, okay, I can't talk and play apparently. And I'll resume it once I'm about to beat it. But this is not too bad. The next level, I die a lot at certain points, so I might have to do that. But like I said, this video is just gonna be my first game, and then the next one I'll explain some of the coding and show you some of the pixels and how I made them. And none of this is I own, really. Well, I guess technically I made it, so I do own it, but it's not like copyrighted, so feel free to copy ideas and pixel, and you can even message me and I can even send you the files and stuff for it. But it's like I said, it's a class that I actually enjoy at school, so I kind of I've taken a lot of time to put into this, even though it probably doesn't look like I did. But if you're new to Game Maker, then you know what kind of obstacles you have to overcome and stuff to do stuff like this. So always die right there. So the walls, whenever you run into a wall, it teleports you. So that's something that's a very basic thing that you can do. Now all the coding that I have is all in-game code like blocks. None of it's like written out on a script. So it's all super easy to explain and show you how to do. It's just a matter of knowing where to put what and order and how to do it. So here we go. Just beat this level. My score is greater than 34, so 35 or higher. So it will allow me to move on to the next level. Sometimes you have to hit OK, like you gotta double click or something. So this level is even more advanced than the last one. Simply, because I have diagonally moving characters, things are animated. I know that's always been animated, but that guy's animated, the portal is animated, and you can do things like, and the walls are moving. You can also do things like touch that and it teleports you to this one, or likewise back to the other one. So that's I was doing the same thing last time. I die a lot for some reason on this. Alright, we gotta get it right here. Ready? Here we go. Yeah. And here's a speed run kind of maneuver. Well, if you run outside the room, you do not lose a life, but you do get teleported back to spawn. So if you're trying to do something fast, it can come in handy. So it's usually harder to come in down here at the bottom, but let's try it. Okay. Yeah, let's not try it. I do have, like I said, I do have in-game background music, and whenever I collect something, it makes a noise, and run into a wall. It all has different noises, but you just can't hear it due to the free program that I'm using. I might be able to, maybe there's some kind of option I can maybe like play all the sounds through the Mac, and then it'll pick up on the microphone. Maybe I don't know, but like I said, this is basically the first video I've ever recorded, so just baby steps, I guess. This is a difficult little. If you can get that right, then you get it, but it's confusing at first. So 42, even though we died a good amount, I still have score to spare. So this last level is completely different than all the other ones, simply because it's a portal maze, and I can show you the technique that I use to make it, because it can get very confusing since they all are the same, but they're different. As in, this one teleports you, to this one, and that one will teleport you to say here, but this one will teleport you, here. And I also made it where you have to get the first 4 or 5 correct in a row to get to this room, making this room probably the hardest to get to. So and you can run into walls on this one. They don't kill you or anything. So teleport, because I noticed on that last level, if you saw, I would run into the wall and then kind of keep moving up, and it would kill me. So that's 2 in a row. I do have all these memorized, for the most part. So there's 3 in a row, 4 in a row, I think. These enemies will kill you though. They're just kind of there just because I had to have an enemy on this level. And then 5 in a, yeah, 4 or 5. I lost count. But that's how you get to the hardest room. And then if you do know the correct order for every portal, you can beat the game just by going through each correct portal and never going into some of these other rooms. So no, that one ends the game, and this one takes you right here, I think. Yeah, and then you actually go back. Now, well, that was wrong, but I can fix it easily. And then there, and then that's it. You beat my game. Thanks for playing. I hope it was fun. You want to play again? So I have a play again option. If I hit yes, it'll take you back to the start screen. And then I hit no, it'll end the game. Now, one thing about playing again is when you have music playing, I'll explain how to do music and how to make it stop. If you hit play again, then I noticed the problem where this level's music would play into the beginning again. So you have to think about those kind of things where you have to think of the beginning, putting a block saying, hey, stop this music. And because you usually think, oh, well, I'm open to the game, there's not going to be any music. So you wouldn't think about it, but let's hit yes, just so I can show you that, and it shuts the game. So there's that. So that was my first video, and then in the next one I'll go into things like all these objects, like parent objects and what they mean, all my portals, and a bunch of sound blocks, which have no sprite, and then I'll show you my most advanced block object would probably be this, and I'll explain what all that means. And then I'll probably show sprites in a video, and just anything. And if you're using GameMaker and you have questions, post it in the comments, and I can definitely read it and respond, no problem. And yeah, so that's it. So thank you for watching, and I'll post another video explaining how to do all this stuff.